Hello, this is Todd Luck, and this is a review of the GoBots miniseries from IDW. This was a 5-issue miniseries that recently wrapped up, and this is a review of those issues. And this is the first issue with this wonderful cover with Leader 1. And as you can see, they did a close-up of Psykill for issue 2. And I love these two covers. I mean, these is basically what sold me on this miniseries. I really wanted these on my shelf. And the other covers are a little more traditional, as you can see. I also got some vintage stuff up here just to fill in space. But as you can see, the other covers are a little more traditional, but they definitely get the job done. They're all very nice. They're all done by the interior artist, Tom Scioli. And the interior artwork is quite nice. It is it's kind of a retro style almost. It looks like, honestly, something I would have expected from kind of an art comic from the 80s, kind of like Mark Wheatley's work on Mars, but a little, not quite as loose as that. So it's very nice. Honestly, not knowing anything about the series and just looking through it and looking at these covers, I thought this might be like a foreign language comic from the 80s that never saw print in the United States or something. But no, that's just the way this dude draws, and it's really cool. I really like the art style. I really like the covers. Now, as far as the story goes, this is not the same GoBots as you're familiar with. This is a complete reimagining. This is not the same Leader 1 or the same Psykill. It's a complete reboot, one-shot sort of Elseworld sort of story. It is very dark and cynical. So if you're into that sort of thing, this might be up your alley. If you're looking for, dark, grim, gritty GoBots, this may be your book. But otherwise, you're going to need to come into it with an open mind. The way I approach it is that, is this the way I want Leader 1 portrayed? No, but this is not that same Leader 1. I can't say, hey, it's out of character. It's just not the same guy, I would have preferred this series to have been done with characters that more closely resemble the real GoBots, or at least the ones that I know. That being said, what was told is not a bad story. It's a pretty solidly done story. Again, it's very dark, it's very cynical, but there is a lot of inspiration in here. There's a lot of great fight scenes. There's a lot of good art. And a lot of inspiration, even if I don't necessarily agree with the story they're telling, or like where they took the characters, or like, how some of the characters are shortchanged. One of my big criticisms would be that this story is so big in scope that it never has time to develop its characters or develop its concepts. It's always got to move on to something else. And so I just didn't find the characters that engaging, but I found the plot to be something I really wanted to know where it was going, because it was just, you're going to be familiar with these plot elements. Everything you see in here, you've seen someplace else, probably done to death, but you've never seen anything put together quite like this. The way it's put together is just really strange and really unique and really, I would say inspired is what I would say. I wish the inspiration had been put, again, towards a regular GoBot story, and one that like could be built on something, that they bring the GoBots into their shared universe, and they could do sequels and follow-ups and, Transformer crossovers or whatever. But this is more of just a one-off 5-issue miniseries with a very different vision of the GoBots. Again, if you're into the characters and you're looking for something really dark and cynical about them, this may be for you. If not, if you go into it with an open mind, I think you should be able to appreciate what's going on. And at the very least, you're going to get some nice artwork, and you're going to get a freaking GoBots comic book, which doesn't exist other than these 5 issues. So, you know, as a person who enjoyed the GoBots as a child, I am glad to see them exist in comic book form, and I wish there were more comic books, and I wish Hasbro would do something with the property. I would certainly be open to buying GoBots, you know, toys and figures and stuff like that. Love to give me a leader one and a sidekill. Come on, guys, make it happen. But that's pretty much all I got to say about the miniseries. You know, if you're at all interested, I recommend giving it a whirl. Obviously, the covers are nice if you want to display them, you know, and you should be able to get the single issues fairly easily, though I will say that I got this one off the shelf a few weeks after it was released, and the final issue over there with Leader 1 holding Psykill, I was one of only 2 people that ordered that, and that was the only way to get that issue. So the orders definitely went down, but hopefully you should still be able to get the issues. I think you should be able to reorder those later issues from Diamond at the very least. They tend to keep, you know, overstock and stuff. So anyway, that's pretty much all I got to say about the GoBots. Like and subscribe for more videos, and until next time, transform and roll out. Wait, wrong franchise, or is it?